This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'd like to be joined by boxing's master of all trades, Russ Anber, and of course Boxing Social columnist Russ Anber. Russ, another successful night at the office for you. Liam Smith stopping Anthony Fowler in eight rounds. Give me the inside track on your view of the fight and how what you made of it.
Tell you what, simply an outstanding fight. And I told Eddie Hearn in the ring, I said, when I first started in boxing back in the late 70s and then early 80s in Montreal, the best fights that were made were the local fights. You know, more people packed in to watch the local fights than they did international world championship fights. They want to see that. And this reminded me of that. And this is what boxing is all about. And to be part of this was so electric, you know, of being involved in a local contest for city bragging rights was just great. And what a fight. Holy smokes. That was a hell of a fight. I mean, Fowler came out, full credit to him, you know, he came out blazing early in the fight and, you know, really tried to take Beefy out of there. And Beefy weathered the storm and came back. And boy, I'll tell you, the short right hand changed the fight, didn't it? Yeah, it was a great fight. And then he finishes off with the left hook on a great night. But I have to say, the Cutman jumbo in Fowler's corner, that was a bad cut he had, and he did a great job on that cut. Those are very, very difficult to take care of, and he did a great job on that. Full credit to him for that.
It's been a busy time for you in corners. You had, I think Usyk needed 12 stitches after the cut he had that you were sort of there to deal with. Liam was cut very early in this fight as well. From your perspective, what is the key to dealing with the cut? Is it about staying calm?
Yeah, that's the most important thing, you know, staying calm. But I don't know why, but it's all of a sudden like Lomachenko in Vegas, Usyk in London, Beefy here. I've never been in that many consecutive fights where I had to deal with cuts. Like, it was crazy. But luckily it wasn't a factor, and we didn't make it a factor in the fight. And like I said, Jumbo did a great job in that corner. So, you know, the cuts didn't play a role, and that's a good thing. And the fighters won, and the best man won tonight. But great performance.
When you see a fighter's cut and you're working in their corner, what is the first thought in your head? Is it just about being a clear mind? What goes on in that moment?
Well, I mean, you start preparing your stuff. You know, you start getting the swab ready. You start getting your Vaseline ready. You start getting everything ready, and when you come to go to work, you know, as soon as he comes back to the corner, you want to get to it as quick as you can and dry it, put as much pressure on it as you can to stop the bleeding. So that's what we did, and I felt a little bad for Joe McNally because, you know, he's the head trainer, and right away the bell rings, and I'm the one that has to jump in the ring. Usually I'll stay on the outside, but because it was the left eye, it was on the other side, I had to go in to reach it. And poor Joe didn't get a chance to be in the ring, but he gave great instructions, called the right fight, and, you know, Beefy weathered the storm early and came on to win.
Not only was Liam the more experienced fighter tonight, he had a lot of experience in his corner as well. Do you think that was what was telling in the end? Anthony made that very quick start, but Liam kept his composure and was able to come back and rally in those two knockdowns as well.
I mean, I'd like to say yes, it was, but really, you know, it was his heart and dogged determination. You know, he's a stubborn guy, man. He's a warrior, and he comes back to fucking win, and he did. And, you know, credit has to go to him on that one. He followed the instructions, and he went out there and fought hard. I think he deserves more credit than anybody because from coming back from that early start, you know, where Fowler was firing away. Fowler was firing with bad intentions, and he weathered that and came back was brilliant. All this goes to him. His heart and his balls won the fight.
Final one before I let you go, Russ. You do, of course, work with Alexander Usyk. We put the column out about the cut he had in the first fight and your dealings with Alexander in that fight. Eddie Hearn confirmed tonight Anthony Joshua has activated the rematch clause. How excited are you for round two?
You know, first of all, it's always exciting to work with Usyk. So, you know, and to be part of a fight against Anthony in that kind of atmosphere. That, you know, in my 43 years in boxing, that was the biggest event I've ever been involved with. You know, the heavyweight championship of the world and 60,000 people. How does it get bigger than that? Well, round two rematch will be bigger.
Well, Russ, I could sit here and talk to you all day, but we've got press conferences and all sorts about to start, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you for speaking at Boxing Social. I'm sure we'll catch you very soon.